Welcome to the new moon in Cancer reading. We know we're spending our time in the garden, and this time is a gift. It's a gift. It's really been reflected back to me what a gift it is. It doesn't mean it's not a struggle, but it's a gift. I know I've tried to leave the garden a couple of times, but keep getting called back because I understand the importance of this time in the garden. I understand the importance of nurturing our alignments. This is where we slow down and we really laser focus on nurturing our growth, nurturing our expansion, where we really heal from our impulses, where we really do some inner child, healing. We go to the core of the wounds and we repair them from the center and the center again. It's deep. It's nitty, it's gritty, right? And I discussed with the last time we met up in one of my visions. Now, guys, I want to say I received this vision during a shower, and I did start filming it. And I had just had, within the shower, my feminine accept and honor the masculine within, reclaiming my masculinity, saw myself healing with the tree of life again and expanding as the phoenix rising from the ashes. And as I was shown myself the phoenix rising from the ashes because of all the negative that we have been facing in order to rebirth and create anew, I was hit with this message. We face history, but we found peace there, love there. We accept it because it got us to where we are. We surrender because we understand. It's like standing before everything that has happened within the past. Unbalanced, untrue, unjust. But we honor it because it got us to where we are. This is nitty, this is gritty, this is animalistic. It's connected to expanding the sixth sense. It's connected to the light. It's connected to where we're going. It's understanding this. And when we stand before history and we face it and we see all those tragic things that have happened, we see it and we know it's not okay. It's not okay. It wasn't okay. No. It wasn't okay. But we know it's going to be okay because we are here. And we can build and create anew. We just have to give ourselves permission, guys. We are who we are. And like this vision, guys, this vision has, there's so many different ways that this vision has been affecting my life, and just memories of this vision and what it was and what it means, and being the phoenix rising from the ashes. But the fact that, when I was in the shower and this was all happening, I was healing from my anger. I was really angry. And I've been trying to separate myself from my anger. But in that moment in time, I was no longer separating myself from my anger. I honored it as part of the whole, and I looked at it for what it was, and I felt it. And I gave myself permission to feel it. And I allowed it to flow through me, and I healed with my masculine. I healed with my competitiveness. I healed with my impulses. I healed with my core wounding. I healed with myself. And I took my masculinity back. And it was so transformational because that warrior spirit was regained and there was a healing there. And I know that warrior spirit, the dialogue has been much like I felt like yelling and screaming. And after this healing, that warrior spirit was talking and communicating with me on an equal level. And what that actually meant. And the masculine giving themselves permission to honor the feminine, to nurture, to be feminine. And that's been taken away. We're not doing that anymore. We're not playing those games. This has to do with Kali, the black goddess, and our connection to Sagittarius, expanding with Jupiter as we hit our mark and we hit our aim. And we're going to be breaking these cards down further in part 2 and 3, okay, guys? And this is allowing us to heal from our impulses. We're taking off our masks. We're looking at it for what it is. We're looking at it for what it is, and we're going to heal from our competitiveness. And when we're looking at our competitiveness, we're going to look at our isolation. You know, we're being isolated for a reason. This is healing through the energy of the opposites. We're going to heal through this isolation and find responsibility with the earth, with the daughter. And it's going to allow us to expand the economy of New Earth. And what we are doing, what we are building is connected to that. It's related to that. And we're honoring this. We're working with Fortuna, Jupiter and the Sun. And this is allowing us to see the whole picture and expand with Jupiter. We're in the creation of our divine inheritance here, and we're doing that in the garden. This is where we're currently at right now. We're working in the garden. And we're working with the crone. And the crone is helping us to work with the hero. To be the hero. To expand with the hero. And that has to do with alchemy. The great alchemists, right? We're mastering self. We're mastering our energy. And this is connected to the 10 of flames, the activation of our light body and going up. But we're doing it through a surrender. See, this is a really tricky space and place. We're doing this here. And you're like, how? How? You know how. You know how if you're doing it, right? It's very, very tricky. And because we want to move. But we're not moving, we're reflecting. And what's being reflected to us within is going to allow us to transition. And we're transitioning here as we levitate as one. We levitate united. And this has to do with the work that we're doing in the garden. And this work, we're going to break down in part 2 and 3. And in part 3, we're going to get to this part. We received this message on our last reading. Our Sirius gateway activations. And noticing the numbers. The 7 of blessings was the first card out. And it's connected to Yogini 285 hertz. 7 plus 7 is 14. The next card out in the sequence was Karma of Kutahala. That's the number 43. And they showed me it's connected to number 44. Ishtar's Lion's Gate 888. We're going to break these messages down in part 3. This all means something. Guys, the Matrix is trying to throw me off. Has been all day. I know when we're getting close to sacred truths, because this is what happens. We're going to hang tight here. Go back to the healing music. Now, fix myself up. Okay, this has to do with the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. This is connected to the Lionsgate 888 portal. And we go into great detail about this. We are going to go into great detail about this. And it has to do with our alignment and what is positive karma. And we're not going to say no any longer. We're going to say yes here. We're going to say yes to something. We're going to say yes because we've seen something and we're nurturing our alignment. And it's connected to surrender. And what it has to do with is the message, you're already doing it. Stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. And our true north is connected to the Lionsgate portal 888. And it's also connected to our Two of Cups, transformation, or coming together. Guys, something is coming together. And it has to do with this message. The Hierophant and the Ace of Chalices and the Three of Wands. This means something. And it's going to help us to free ourselves from the 4D. We're going to go from the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Wands, our alignment. We've nurtured our alignment. This is connected to Sagittarius and working with Kali, the Black Goddess. And we're going to leave the 4D. We're going to go to the 5D and beyond. And it has to do with justice, the Eight of Chalices, and the Empress. And the Empress is making it right. Remember, we walked away in the Eight of Cups challenge to connect to our Two of Cups. And because we felt everything that was in alignment with us, we felt everything that was unpure, unjust, everything that we just, we walked away from it. We walked towards our Two of Cups alignment and we began creating it. And the Empress is helping us to birth anew. The Empress is activating something with this. We know we're working with all of this feminine power. And it's connected to the Ten of Cups, our purpose, our path, our divinity, what we're creating here, our mission work, and where we're going. Something's coming together. And we're restoring balance of the all, of everything, from the dawns of time to the future, through the present moment. Guys, this is so big. I mean, I would be here talking about this and what we're expanding, I feel like, for like 25 minutes. And I could just channel all that. This is so multidimensional. This is so big. It's connected to the Six of Swords that we're about to share in part 2. And it's getting us here. We're going here. But we're going here because we've connected to the North Node. Our life's purpose. Because we had an ending with the South Node in order to begin again. And it's amping up communication. It's working with Gemini. It's working with the lovers. It's where we levitate. It's part of our levitation. Let's see what it is. This is connected to this, okay? This is what they're sharing with me. This is connected to this message. Before we receive our message, though, we need a flame. All right, we have our flame. Our flame is lit. Okay. What is being activated here? What is being activated? You know, we're going to just let this charge for a second here. I just want to say, White Light Oracle and Guidebook, Dreams of Gaia Tarot, and the Moon Oracle are going to be helping us to receive channeled messages here today, everybody. All right. What was that, guys? What was that? We're getting a visitor. Love when my body just starts reacting to spirit. We're getting a visitor. It's right here. This is Gemini and Cancer. And it's connected to Rebel. The activation of us. We've received this card many times. This is working with Aquarius, the energy of the golden ages. And we are seeing signs, shapes. We are working with our solar plexus. We're in this uncomfortable position upside down. We don't care. It's not uncomfortable to us. This is not awkward to us. This is feeling good. We're healing with the energy of air. It's connected to concession. This has to do with all the work that we've been doing. Remember, in the garden, we're growing air. We're growing air as we purify the element of air. And we're doing that in order to levitate. That's why it's connected to our messages, our activation cards. Gemini to Cancer, ruled by Venus and Uranus. A seated figure wearing a long yellow dress looks pensively ahead to the left. A yellow dress, because it's more symbolism to show we're working with our solar plexus. All this work we've been doing with our solar plexus to help the masculine to move forward. The energy, right? Next to her, also seated, a strange green figure turns around to face us and touches the left arm of the first figure, gesturing friendship. Each figure wears a garment decorated with symbols. In the background are black hills, and there is a full moon. Now this is connected to the full moon. The full moon. And we're when the moon was located in this mansion, it was said to be a favorable time for lovers and friendships. It was also an auspicious time to make pentacles and cast spells to obtain the favors of the great ones. Pleasure-loving Venus denotes comfort and security in relationships, while unsettling Uranus signifies a sudden and unexpected event to move us out of the familiar, tried and trusted methods or routines. When these two planets conjoin, there are bound to be surprises all around and unusual occurrences, especially in the area of relationships. It indicates new or unexpected social contracts or relationships that will be formed, having a bearing on the matter in question. A hand of friendship will be or has been offered from a most unlikely quarter, also signifying an attraction to someone who is not the sort of person you would usually choose to socialize with. Key phrase: an unexpected relationship. And this all goes back to all that work we're doing with the Queen of Cups. From the Heaven and Earth Tarot, we received this message here. And that was our connection to working in the garden with Gemini and Cancer. Here it is. Right here, guys. Right here. Right here. I can hardly wait to see where we're going. Let's break this down a little further in part 2 and 3. And I'll see you in part 4 when we expand. Take care, everyone. See you there.